Welcome to another episode of the Plant-Based Jan Adventure Series. It's easy to eat healthy at home. I'm here to show you it can be done on the road too, or in the boat, as we head to Hell's Canyon.
Interstate 90, we're heading over to Idaho, which is the Lewiston Clarkston area for our home base, and then we're going to hit Hell's Canyon in this boat. Come along. North America's deepest river gorge. It's kind of surprising because you think of Grand Canyon and you know, an area like that, because that has so much more recognition, but Hell's Canyon actually is the one that's the deepest. It's 8,000 feet, and it's cut through by the Snake River, which is certainly Idaho's longest river, and the name Snake has nothing to do with snakes. I was noticing that that's one of the top questions. It's just because the way the river runs, it looks like a snake. It's just very curvy. As we're driving, we're just talking about all the possibilities, and some of it you really don't know the answers to everything. So we're going to be there a couple of days. We'll check it all out, do the initial run, and then we might be able to do another trip up the Salmon River, go a ways up that river, which would be really fun. So we'll just see how all of this goes. On our way to Clarkston, Washington, home base. So we're going over the Columbia River right here. We're in Vantage, Washington, and the Snake River flows into the Columbia River about 50 to 60 miles from right here. The area called Hell's Canyon can mean different things or have different definitions. For example, Hell's Canyon National Recreation Area is over 652,000 acres. Here's a general vicinity on a larger map of the recreation area. The part of the Snake River that's designated scenic and wild in Hell's Canyon is a little over 67 miles long. We launched our boat at Heller's Bar Boat Launch, which is just north of Cache Creek, where that designation starts for the river. The interesting part about that, Cache Creek is also one of the deepest areas of the river at over 100 feet deep. We stopped at the visitor center, just a little ways past Swallow's Nest boat ramp, and I picked up this. This has the it's the boater's guide for the Snake.
Heller Bar. We're about to launch. Heller's Bar boat launch. The Hells Canyon wild and scenic areas are that way, and we've seen a lot of truck trailer combinations in the parking lot. The river is flowing pretty good, as you can see here. Water level is on the high side. We are finishing putting our top up. Very necessary today. It's going to be a great day. Probably about 75 or so is what the weather app says. So here we go. While he's fixing the windshield wiper, I am testing the water. It's pretty cold. It's just good to get an idea. It's shocking, and it's not like super cold, but you're not going to last very long. Here comes a jet boat. The headwaters of the Snake River are located in one of the planet's most scenic places, the greater Yellowstone area in Wyoming. It's also been called one of the largest intact temperate ecosystems on Earth, and the streams that feed the snake are considered some of the most pristine in the nation. This is my version of my Snake River map. Let's call it a stick drawing. So starting in the Yellowstone area, it flows through Wyoming, then Idaho, runs through the towns and the areas of Pocatello, Idaho Falls, the Boise area. Then it splits the states of Oregon and Idaho as its border. Washington to the north, where it runs between the towns of Clarkston, Washington, and Lewiston, Idaho. Flowing west, it then empties into the Columbia River. The Snake River is 1,078 miles long, making it the 13th longest river in the United States. The average flow from, and this is recorded from 1963 to 2000 as an average, is 55,000 cubic feet per second. It's also one of the more rare rivers that runs north, like the Nile. Trying to get as much information as we can from our new best friends who brought us this far up the river, and you can tell they know the river. You've got to really watch for the rocks, the hidden rocks, and read the river as you go up.
So right here we're at the confluence of the Snake and the Salmon River. We're taking a little break, and these guys back here are fishing. Could be for, I'm not sure, but probably bass, salmon, possibly sturgeon. And we're just trying to get as much information as we can from our new best friends who brought us this far up.
Boating dog.
boat in. Come on. Okay, we're doing a really quick lunch break. Our new best friends, they're the expert jet boaters on the snake and the salmon. This is a little beach on the Salmon River. So we're gonna have some, a little salad real quick. So this is a spinach whole wheat noodle Asian salad. I put a bunch of peanuts in there. And so like the sauce is super easy. It's shelf stable stuff that you can take with you. I chopped up garlic and onion, and I brought some soy sauce with me, a little bit of peanut butter to make a thicker sauce, and then I put just about every vegetable that you can think of in there. So it's got some sugar snap peas, it's got some red pepper, it's super healthy, so we're just gonna snack on this. Oh, and then peanuts. Instead of croutons, these are some really great dry roasted peanuts, so we'll put that on there because it goes really good. It's sort of like a Thai effect. Okay. The river of no return. Don't leave me. He's coming to get me again. We're back. We are in one piece. Everything's in one piece. It was epic, to say the least. We spun the boat in Class 4 rapids in the river of no return. That was, I think you need a strong heart. That's the plant-based tie. You have to have a strong heart, because you know, when you have water walls that big around you, boiling white water, it's really, really scary. Anyway, it was fun. It was epic. Yes.
I want a raise. Plant-based Jan isn't paying me enough.
What do you mean a raise?
I'm gonna unionize.
Well, I'll give you more desserts.
I'm doing all the work.
I'll give you more desserts. How about that? Is that a deal? Yes. We can. It looks like a bargaining table right here, this little island.
That's right.
The talks continue. We are just leaving our lunch spot. I renamed it Plant-Based Jan Island, and we are going to head back now because it's about 4:30 and we have a long way back to Heller Bar boat launch. And so far so good. It's just been epic, perfect except for one slight personnel issue. My driver is asking for a raise now, so don't know what to tell you about that. It was another epic day jet boating in the Snake River Hells Canyon National Recreation Area. Maybe we'll see you next time out there.